My heart is really, really warm right now.
Thank you. My name is Daria DiCieli, and I'm a designer and founder of Chic and Beautiful, where I create hand-drawn watercolor video intros and branding for women entrepreneurs, magazines, publishers, and ad agencies. Some of my clients include Cosmopolitan, Elle, Hallmark, Papyrus, Cunard Cruise Lines, just to name a few. I'm also founder of Daria DiCieli, a brand of silk scarves, where each scarf has an inspiring message. I followed my long-awaited dream and recently launched Meditative Watercolor online school for those who love meditation and would like to add more bliss to their lives. I offer a unique approach with a combination of mindful watercolor painting and meditation. No painting experience needed. I'm so looking forward to sharing inspiration and my story in this interview.
For, those of you who haven't followed her, I put all her links down below, but oh my goodness, ever since we really got in contact, which is when I was going through a heartbreak problem, and then she recommended Dear Queen to me by Dr. Eddie Connor, and it really actually helped me. So thank you so much, Daria. And you told me to get the audio version. I ended up interviewing him, so I'm going to link that video down below as well. So that's how we originally met, right? I mean, through online, through people. Yeah. So through that, we got connected. I've been following Daria and what she does with her amazing silk scarves and her animated videos. I mean, I crept up on you a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, everything that you do is just so wonderful and beautiful. So thank you so much for coming on in the first place.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and I just wanted to go back before all of this happened, before you were the designer. You used to work at a bank in Canada before you moved to south of France and became a full-blown artist. So can you tell me a little bit about that transition that happened?
Absolutely. Well, painting, like drawing, was a passion of mine for so many years. I've been painting all my life, but I had to get a real job. I mean, I had no idea that I could do this for a living. And I got a job in a bank in a brand marketing department. So I've been doing advertising, but it was very, just like a dull marketing job, nothing too exciting. And then I had my vacation days. So I decided to go to France. I always wanted to go to France. So I went there for a week. And while I was there, I was just blown away by such beauty of lemons. I'm actually wearing lemons here just to celebrate that moment.
I love it.
And it was just beautiful to be there. My heart started to sing. And I felt deep in my heart that I should show my designs to a gallery in Monaco. And I just could feel that something was happening in the atmosphere. So I decided to go for it. I had no idea what would be the outcome. So I just decided to do it. So I went to Monaco, and I went to this gallery, which I felt that's the gallery where I should go. Yeah. And I started showing my work to the owner of the gallery, and the owner really liked it. And he said, Daria, would you like to be part of an exhibition that is happening next week? And I was like, wow, that is like everything is happening so fast. I could not say no. So I just said yes. I had no idea how I would do it. I would have my full room where I could put my paintings, my illustrations, and
a full room just dedicated to you?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so then the vernissage, the opening happened. It was just so beautiful, amazing. There I met so many amazing people, and I got another invitation for another show, and I could feel like, wow, something is really moving here.
Yeah.
And then I go back to the office, and I feel that everything is just, I'm not there anymore. My heart, my soul is in south of France. My body, physically, I am in my office doing work, but everything else is there.
Yeah.
So I was like going into the office for about a month, and I could feel that that's it. I mean, this is the end of my chapter here. I have no idea what's going to happen next. But, you know, we have like those moments in life when we just have to trust. We feel in our gut, you know, something is calling us, but making that step, that having that courage to actually go for it, sometimes it's scary. So I felt that in my body, like in my heart. It was scary to jump and just to quit that job and take my savings and go to south of France.
So what time frame did this all happen in?
It happened all like in 2 months.
2 months.
It was
Wow.
really fast. It was just all, you know, changing and shifting. And then
From
I
going
just
to
said,
France and then just moving there.
yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy. But then, you know, when I started imagining myself being there again, I could feel how my wings started opening up. You know, I could see that I can actually fly. You know, birds are meant to fly, not to be in a cage. And I felt like I was in a cage. So the moment to fly has arrived. And it was really exciting.
You went into the animation world, right? You did a short film and won crazy awards from it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I moved to France, I started meeting lots of people. There's so many exciting events in Monaco, and you can meet all sorts of people, like really. The royalties, you know, like anyone can just come and you can talk to that person.
Yeah.
And I met this creative guy. He's a photographer in south of France, and a really talented photographer, very creative. And he said, Daria, you have such beautiful, distinct style. Why don't we partner up and create an animation, like a short film, and then submit it to a film festival in Monaco? And this idea really got me fired up. And I said, of course, let's go for it. And that's another thing, you know, I feel that when an opportunity shows up, you don't know what's going to happen, but go for it.
And you know what I find interesting is that throughout these moments that you had so far, it's all going down to, well, how do I feel about it, right? Like I didn't feel good where I was at the banking system, and here I felt like my wings were spreading, and I feel like my heart was on fire, you know, all of these things. It's this intuitive feelings that I feel like you clearly, you know how to get in touch with it, and you're just fully listening to it and trusting it, even though you have no idea what the result might be. So yeah, is this something that you've always done, or was there something in your life at that moment that made you go towards that direction of just listening to your intuition?
You know, I tried all the time, like in my life, to follow my intuition, because moments when I didn't, I started feeling really bad. I mean, even physically getting sick, even just like my mood would start getting really moody, you know, like gray clouds.
Yeah. Okay. No, because that's something that I've been really trying to get in touch with, and just listening to that. So here you are, you met this photographer, and he says, okay, let's just join this small short film. What happened afterwards?
Yeah, so we decided to create this beautiful story around the girl who always dreamed to be a fashion designer. And she goes to Paris on her bicycle from a village in France. And then she's there. She's surrounded by beauty, by exquisite fabrics, beautiful flowers, and her world opens up. And then she starts she's getting a job in this fashion store doing like a seamstress work. And then how from there she goes on, and how her dreams are coming to life, and she becomes a fashion designer. And it's a beautiful short film. And then, yeah, we won an award for best animation film, and it inspired a lot of people. I was just so grateful to be part of this project. So once this was done, I felt that I really want to continue. Who had their own businesses, but their vision, what they really wanted to show, it was really hard for them to show through the actual filming themselves. So I felt that if I could draw their dreams, and show that through animation as their video intros, that this could really work and really inspire them.
Yeah.
So that's how I launched Miss Chic and Beautiful. That's how it all came together. It's from that animation film it all evolved.
That's the very first thing that I checked out. I love your design style, and that also translates into your silk scarves as well. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So to go and follow dreams, sometimes we need, and not actually sometimes, often, we need courage. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to love who we are, right? To connect to our sacred space in our hearts. And I needed encouragement for so many moments that in my life. And I used to write those encouraging notes just for myself, put them in my wallet, in my purse. Just like notes like, believe in your dreams, go for it, things like that.
Yeah.
And then I liked wearing scarves, and especially that love for accessories was born in Monaco. In Monaco, everything is just so chic.
Yeah.
And wearing a scarf, maybe sunglasses, it just makes you feel like a superstar. And I decided, well, I would love to create something like that, to create silk scarves, beautiful quality, with my illustrations, but also with empowering messages that would empower women to follow their dreams, to fall in love with who they are, so that these scarves would not be just a fashionable item, but it would be more like a treat for their soul. Something that, when you feel you need encouragement, you need this little something, right?
Yes.
This little spark that you would put the scarf on with a message, and this would just make you feel a little bit better.
Yes.
A miracle would occur.
Yes, yeah, you internalize it. And I love these scarves. They have their own individual stories. And just check it out. That link is down below as well. They're beautiful. And tell me a little bit more about this watercoloring meditative business that you have as well.
Watercolor is just such a beautiful medium. It's a beautiful paint. It's very meditative. And I've been doing illustrations for so many years using watercolor. And by painting in watercolor, I just found that it just connects so much to my heart. And because it's just water-based, it's very mindful painting. And by doing branding for women entrepreneurs, by doing silk scarves, I could feel still in my heart that I wanted to go deeper, to create something really soulful, like chocolate for the heart, something like, that would, like a spa for the soul, like something really that would make you feel divine, like a flower that's opening up. And that's how watercolor actually just came to me, this idea a few months ago, maybe like 2-3 months ago. I was going to bed and I heard this words, meditative watercolor, in my heart. And I was like, wow, that's just like, it feels like a champagne bottle opening up,
Yes.
Yeah. So I decided to share this idea in a group on Facebook, in a group of entrepreneurs, and just ask for their feedback and what would be their feelings when they hear that. And so many women responded, and they were just like, wow, we love it. And I felt that, wow, that I really want to bring this forward. There is this something in the air, and women need that.
Yes.
We need our time to spend time with ourselves, to be mindful. And sometimes it's hard to do that, but with watercolor, you are meditating, but you are painting in the same time. And it's just this beautiful dance, it's a sacred dance.
Yeah.
So that's how it evolves.
When is this happening? You do have a free mini meditative watercolor class, is that right?
I do, yes. I'm inviting people to paint online with me. This meditative class, you can paint anytime because it's available right this moment.
Okay.
And painting a crocus flower with me. Before painting, there is an opening meditation that helps you to really open your heart, to step into the secret garden, to feel the crocus flower energy, because every flower has such a powerful vibration, a symbolism, a message for us. And if we just open our hearts and receive that and plant a flower in our hearts, something magical will happen. And crocus flowers symbolize breakthrough.
Oh.
And, that's the symbol, because just imagine, in winter time there is snow, right? And in winter, that's the cold season. And even spiritually speaking, right, winter, it's something that is just hard, it's cold, you get tired of it, you want sunshine. And sometimes in life you're just going through that season and you're wondering, like, when is this spring going to come? In business, in relationships, right?
Yes.
In life, in finances, in all areas, right? We all face sometimes winter seasons.
Yeah.
And crocus flower symbolizes spring. It symbolizes that breakthrough, that breaking point of you stepping into the new chapter. So that's what we are painting and meditating on, and receiving that energy and letting it really bloom inside of our hearts. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. That's yes, I love that so much. So do you, I mean, this is a redundant question, but do you have any mindful spiritual practices that is beyond art, painting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I really like, it's a very beautiful practice. I like having a bath with essential oils and putting petals, putting candles all around, and just putting sea salt, and just maybe some beautiful music, and just having this time as a celebration of who I am, a celebration of what I'm here for. Sometimes I feel sad or confused or lost, like everyone in this world, right? But these sacred times really help me to get back into this magical feeling of, like this. So this is one of the things I really love. I also really like praying. I believe in power of prayer, because prayer moves and changes the state that we're in, and it really lifts off the weight from our shoulders. It's like taking off, so many things that if we just take upon ourselves, but when we pray, we just give it all and we trust.
Yeah. When you say prayer, do you mean that, what does a prayer look like? Is it a conversation, or what is it?
For me, it's a conversation with God. It's truly like, it's a dialogue, and it's a song, and there are no specific words.
Right.
Sometimes it can be just one word, sometimes a combination of words. It's just reflecting, like when I'm painting, I'm reflecting something on paper. Same thing, it's reflecting. I also started playing ukulele recently. Ooh, I went to Hawaii and I got it for myself, and I'm playing ukulele. And I find that it's also some type of prayer. If you connect these strings and the song to your heart, and then you let it out, it becomes a prayer as well. Yeah. I find that there are so many ways. It's a very creative approach to prayer.
And you're such a creative person that it's something that is just, whether it's a bath, a prayer, or ukulele, or watercolor, it's really just your intention behind it, right? And what you do with it. I love that so much. Do you have any personal tips that you would give a starting entrepreneur, even somebody who is already just in it and already doing things, but maybe they have a block, internal block, or, they think their business isn't going well, whatever it is? Do you have any advice or tips that you would give to that person?
Absolutely. Well, first, I think it's very important to believe in yourself, to believe in your message. And if you don't connect with the message, but you think that that's what people need, take a moment and just empty yourself from all of that noise that you absorbed from the world, and really tune in and ask, what is it that I want to deliver? Because I faced many moments when I absorbed so many things from the world, and I just thought, maybe that's what people need. Maybe that's what people need.
Yeah.
But I tried many things, and I realized that the most thing that people need is what's inside of you.
Yeah.
And really finding that place and connecting to it, and making it like nourishing that place, not just connecting to it once, but maybe making it a daily practice, honoring it, and really listening inside. What is it, my next step? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes we can take lots of trainings. I took a lot of trainings online, marketing and so many courses.
Oh, yes.
But, after taking all of this content and trying to take it all of this in, I realized that the most important is to really listen inside and hear what's my next step, and then following that.
Okay.
Even if it's scary.
Yeah. So I have a question on that really fast, is that because I feel like you have this amazing ability to listen to your inner self, right? For those people who it doesn't come so easily, do you recommend a medium of some sort, whether it's watercoloring or, whatever it is, journaling, or, do you know what I mean? Something to bridge them to get to that place. Do you have a specific recommendation as far as that goes, or what has worked for you?
I think the most important thing to listen to the inner self is to be relaxed. When you're relaxed, that's when you hear. So I think it's very important just finding what really brings you to that zone, zone of peacefulness. I really like this feeling when, if you just would imagine a lake before it rains, before the storm comes, it's just so peaceful. It's just like there's this something in the atmosphere, and it's just really quiet. Yeah. So that's the best feeling to be in. Not overexcited, not too caught up in your thoughts, but to be in this stillness.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Beautiful way of explaining it. You're so poetic. It's amazing. All right. Do you not have a book coming out?
I'm actually considering of writing a book on meditative watercolor.
You should. I would be the first one to buy that, really, though. Okay. And it makes sense that you would recommend Dairy Queen, because he has a style of his words, and you're exactly the same way. You're just the metaphors that bring about, and it just comes from within. You just have this ability you're an artist, right? It just flows out of you. It's just you have that talent. That's amazing. Okay, so this is the final question I always ask everybody, but what does success look like to you, Daria?
Success to me, well, I think the more hearts I touch with my work, the more people I inspire, more successful I am. And my success is measured by more inspiration I share with the world, because that's every time I tune in and I just listen inside, I just hear inspire. So that inspiration for me is key. So when I receive emails from people saying that For example, this crocus flower painting really inspired them. And there was this lady who never painted before. She wanted to paint all her life, but she saw that she's not good enough. She's not an artist. But this workshop really fired her up. She bought her first watercolors, you know. She sent me her crocus flower on Facebook, and I was just like, I was in tears. And this is success to me. And I really feel like, wow, this is what I'm doing, and I people are loving it, and this is my success. Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. Oh,
thank you.
Daria, thank you so much for coming on. I am honored that you took the time out to get on this interview call. My heart is really, really warm right now.
Thank you.
and you definitely created that. I feel so good about this. Sorry, I'm just distracted by my warm heart now. All right, so I'm going to leave her link down below, including the free watercolor workshop, the class, right? And then going into that space, that sacred space, as well as her silk scarf and the intro animated video. Check it out. The link is all down below. And thank you so much for coming on, Daria. Please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.